What are Google Ads recommendations and should you even care? I get this question a lot and wanted to address it in this video. I'm going to uncover what Google recommendations are and also uncover what the optimization score is. So please stay tuned until the very end. I'll share what it is as well as my honest thoughts on whether it's useful or not. So let's go ahead and dive in. First of all, when it comes to Google recommendations, essentially what they are recommendations for you, tailored to your account, specifically related to the newest features that Google has rolled out. And basically it's a score that's given on a scale of 0 to 100%, showing how well you are adopting to Google's latest features and best practices. So this score, it's actually called the optimization score, and you'll be able to see it by going to the recommendations tab here on the left and then going to recommendations, and you'll see the score. As you can see here, I have a 64.2%, which you might look at it, and if you're not a Google Ads expert, you might be freaking out by seeing a D rating on my Google Ads campaign, but I'm not personally flustered by it because I know that this is really Google's rating on how well I'm adopting to their latest and greatest features. But I personally know that this is not really aligned with the strategy that I'm trying to use for this client. And actually for this specific client, I'm getting really great results. So even with the 64% optimization score, it's not really like saying much in terms of performance. And Google is just going to scan your account just to see, are you adopting to different things like bidding and budgets, keywords and targeting, ads and assets, measurement, as well as repairs. Are you aligning your campaigns with the best practices it's set forth? And if not, it's going to go ahead and give you some recommendations, which you'll see here under this tab here. So you'll see that Google is giving me a recommendation to bid more efficiently using maximized conversions. And because I've been doing Google Ads for over 10 years, and I know that this specific campaign doesn't get that many conversions, this is not really the best bid strategy for me currently to leverage. And so I personally won't use maximize conversions. And if you see the scores here, basically what it's saying is if you apply any of these recommendations, you'll be able to see an increase of your optimization score by this percent. So if I actually went ahead and applied this, then it would give me an increase. I'd be at like 74.2%. But here's a little secret. If you don't want to do this recommendation or put this in your campaign, you can just go to those three dots and click on dismiss all, and then just click dismiss all after that. And then your score would go up. It would just remove it and put it in the dismiss tab. And then from there, you will be able to look at your recommendations tab in a more clean way. So if that's the case, you can just go ahead and dismiss. And then on top of that, some of the recommendations that it will give is aligned with Google's own best interest. So we all know that Google is a business trying to make as much revenue as possible, and it's giving these recommendations not in your best interest, but in their own best interest to make more money, of course. So it's going to make recommendations like change your bid strategy to maximize conversions, raise your budgets, expand your reach to search partner sites. So basically different recommendations to get you to spend more without actually like telling you to spend more, besides with this raise your budget. So just be wary when you see these recommendations. My personal take on it is helpful, but take it with a grain of salt, because there have been times where I've looked at it and I get like a notifications telling me to check out my recommendations. I'll go to the recommendations tab and it will give me some insightful information and show me some blind spots that I may have missed, some small things to enhance my campaign further. But there's also going to be recommendations that it's going to give in order to get you to spend more. So you just have to be wary on that. Of course, like if you wanted to spend more, of course you want to get more leads that come from it. So just be wary of the recommendations that it will give to you. And if you do end up implementing to increase your budget, then just make sure that you're doing it on the right campaigns that would make the best sense for you. And if you don't know, you should definitely talk to a Google Ads expert to like walk you through all those different things. But in this case too, I see another recommendation. 5 ad groups do not have any keywords. Well, I personally know that I don't have any keywords in these ad groups because I paused them because they weren't performing as well. But someone that is possibly pretty new to Google Ads or a little bit of a beginner, they may actually have done this on accident. So this is a good way to just quickly see where you could be fixing some things in your account. Adding new keywords, this could also be helpful because it will give you some new ideas on new keywords to add. And then some other things like display expansion, I wouldn't recommend to do that because it's just going to get you to spend more money. Add lead forms, it doesn't make sense for my account. So of course, just take a lot of this with a grain of salt. I personally don't use it as the source of truth. I look at it as how can it help me make me move faster when it comes to, optimizing my campaigns and showing me ways or different areas I may have missed. All in all, I definitely think it's something worth checking out. And if it's something that you don't actually find useful, you can just dismiss all the recommendations and you'll have 100% optimization score. And just so you know, the optimization score does not negatively impact your account performance in any way. It's just Google's way of telling you how well you're adopting to Google's newest features. I would love to hear your thoughts on the recommendations tab below. If you want to go ahead and drop your thoughts on the recommendations tab, do you personally use it? What has your experience been? If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. If you found this video helpful, I would love if you can give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to this channel. I post videos every week on Google Ads lead generation and would love to see you in the next one.